I have Comme des Garcons 2 Vetiver. I believe this is the newest fragrance from Comme des Garcons. So yeah, I was excited to try this out. I was kind of surprised they released this one because one of the more recent releases in the last, I don't know, year or two was kind of a Vetiver forward scent. It was Cyros by the same perfumer too. So the same perfumer kind of did another vetiver scent. It makes me think he submitted a couple for the brand and then they picked the other one and then this one came out. But yeah, anyway, this is this was released on the main line for Comme des Garcons. Cyros was the monocle series, which those are a little more maybe like more unique, more artistic and essential oil like, whereas the main line maybe leans a little bit more like classical perfumes, I guess you could say. There's not a big difference. I don't even know the difference. But anyway, this perfumer, Anton Mason Doe, is very talented. He's done a lot of good ones for Comme des Garcons. He's done Cyro, Suji, Laurel. Laurel is one of my favorite fragrances from Comme des Garcons. It reminds me of French Lover, maybe even stronger, less ISOE super compared to French Lover. He's done Mont Blanc Explorer. I bought that when it came out. A good Creed Ventus clone, kind of. He's done Beau de Jour by Tom Ford. I have that one too. He's done YSL Myself. I don't like that one at all, but it's very popular. But anyway, the notes in this fragrance are black pepper, thyme, vetiver, opoponax, myrrh, ambrofix, and musk. So, yeah, that's kind of what it is. It is definitely a vetiver dominated fragrance. So ambrofix, how it's described is it's kind of like a mixture of Isoe Super and Ambroxan. I don't really get the Ambroxan, but the description on for Granica says woody and fresh with a piney and nutty nuance. Cedarwood, floral, leather-like, slightly tobacco note, and dry musk-like aftertaste, balsamic, amber-like. So to me, that describes Comme des Garcons fragrances. I feel like a lot of them are very ISOE super and incense heavy. Like there's definitely a lot of ISO, which I don't mind, but um, I guess I don't mind compared to like ethol maltol or something. But yeah, I feel like now that I read the description of this Ambrofix, it that describes the brand overall. Woody, fresh, piney, slight nutty, cedarwood, dry, musky. So I think that's kind of the brand's DNA. But anyway, this has that in there. I get vetiver, piney. There's some kind of green in there. I guess that's a thyme. The black pepper merges with the vetiver. It doesn't stand out like the fragrance black pepper from Comme des Garcons or anything, but I definitely get the myrrh's nicely blended in with that vetiver black pepper. It's kind of like a vetiver note, but there's more nuances to it than just vetiver. The perfumer is very talented just blending all of this together. So the first thing I thought when I smelled this fragrance is it reminds me of Fat Electrician. I'm surprised nobody said that. It 100% reminds me of Fat Electrician, and it's the same perfumer. I didn't know that, and I looked up Fat Electrician notes, perfumer. It's the same perfumer. So I got Fat Electrician on one hand to compare it. Almost want to do a versus video of Two Vetiver versus Fat Electrician because they're so similar. But here's the differences. All right, so almost the same, but Fat Electrician has this it has like this slight gourmand edge to it, but not like gourmands that gourmand lovers would like or anything. Fat Electrician's more cozy. I get more of this like Thanksgiving, Christmas time. I think it has like vanilla, whipped cream, maroon glaze, or some notes like that. And yeah, it does have this slight like creaminess to it. I don't, it's not ethyl maltol, but and vanilla doesn't really stick out, but the vanilla kind of smooths it out. And I don't know what aroma chemicals they're using for the um cream or whipped cream or whatever. But anyway, it sounds horrible, but Fat Electrician's really good. And I think if I didn't own Fat Electrician, I would probably want a bottle of Comme Garcons 2 Vetiver. Um, Comme Garcons 2 Vetiver has a slight like it smells like a Comme Garcons. Like there's a little bit of incense in there, a little bit of like two man or laurel, that French lover. It has slight like outside leaves to it and a slight incense. I almost feel like it's better to wear this outside. It'd be a great work scent, and it could work predominantly a fall fragrance, but I think that could work all year around. Whereas Fat Electrician, I see more of like a fall inside cozy fragrance. They're so similar. If you've smelled one, if you smelled both of them, let me know if you think they're similar. I mean, besides that like creaminess that Fat Electrician has, they're close. I will say the Commodore Guns 2 Vetiver is more faint. It could be because I sprayed a couple sprays from a sample bottle on Fat Electrician. I tried to do a little spray. I have a whole bottle, but maybe it just came out more because I was using a whole bottle. Yeah, yeah. 2 Vetiver's lighter. It's just a slight incense. Maybe a slight leather in there. Fat Electrician's more round, whole, cozy. 2 Vetiver is kind of more light, airy, musky. Um, Straight vetiver. Yeah, overall, I think it's a great vetiver scent. These are kind of pricey, but not too bad. I don't know if it's 160 or 190 for 100 ml, but a Fat Electrician, about the same, I believe, but you can get them discounted probably more so. But if you want a cozy vetiver, go for Fat Electrician. And if you just want a straight vetiver, maybe this. I should have just made this the first this video. I'm talking so much about it, but it also does kind of give me that Cyros vibe from Cominator Guns, like the vetiver in there, but that one's more, it has that Immortelle in there, which comes off as like syrup to me, maple syrup. Immortelle can do that, and it definitely does in Cyros. And there's also this like harshness, dryness to that. I think two better would be nice to wear like outside in the really any time of the year, but maybe end of summer, fall, beginning of winter, maybe. I don't know, but I think it's a great vetiver scent. Kind of Encre Noir vibes a little bit too. Um, which that's a great vetiver as well. But if you like vetiver fragrances, I don't see how you could dislike two vetiver. Maybe a complaint I could see people saying is it's kind of basic or boring or nothing new, because it does kind of come off as a straight vetiver, but I think it's just blended really well. The incense and the opopanax. The myrrh, you know, maybe it would be more interesting if the myrrh was turned up a little bit, used a little bit more, but I don't know, that might have came off as dominating the fragrance or too essential oil like. Same thing with the black pepper. I just think it's blended really well, but it can come off as straight vetiver. You have to like vetiver to like this, and I think it's one of the better vetiver fragrances that I've smelled. Complex, not really, because it kind of seems like one smell. I don't get much evolution or anything like that. But it is a good smell. Yeah, let me know what you think if you smelled Comme Garcons 2 Vetiver.